We're going to discuss this issue of teenage pregnancies from this side of the Rift Valley, and to speak to me on that matter is the chairperson of the Nakuru Pastors Fellowship, rather is known as Alex Maina, and we're just going to understand the religious perspective to this, because the church also has been very vocal about this, and in a sense they have also been opposing the push by the government or by the Ministry of Education to introduce sex education into the curriculum. So thank you so much. We are living at a time where we are now aware that there are candidates or people doing KCSE and KCPE, and they're giving birth while in hospital doing examinations of that. Where are we wrong in terms of the church in this position, or are we not exposing our children to sex education at such a point in time?
Thank you so much, Bridget. My take would be there are several issues that lead to teenage pregnancies. Yes. It's not maybe one organization to be blamed, but definitely the issues are like peer pressure. Mm-hmm. That's one of the causes of teenage pregnancy, where girls and even boys are really pushed by their peers to see sex as a good thing, as a cool thing to do. Definitely we have issues of drug abuse, which also can lead to teenage pregnancies, and there's also the issue of parenting, and that's quite an area that we need to focus on as Kenyans, and even as a church, whatever families need to really get involved in several areas. Maybe, for example, we have different kind of parents in every given society. We may have these parents who are so hard on their children. They are so hard on their children, whereby this kid is always longing to find an adult who will kind of embrace them and show them love. And maybe the guy who will do that, if the father is absent in that angle, whereby the father becomes so hard on the kid, so emotional when dealing with the issues of the children, never listening. So, and this guy comes up who is really willing to tell the girl, you're very beautiful, you're good. So, and that can lead to issues of sex, and teenage pregnancy can come from that angle. So there's also the issue whereby a parent can be so kind of giving out of freedom. We also have those kind of, well, extremely good, whereby they just allow kids to do whatever they want. So this kid, one over the other, is not really aware of the risks that are involved. He or she thinks that at the end of the day, everything shall be well, because that's how we have been raised, always told that everything is okay. So they don't see that area of risking, whereby they know that they're not even aware that even if I have sex, I'll get pregnant. That area is kind of hidden because the parent has always told this kid, everything shall be well, you're cool, you're good, whereby they have not learned the hard part of life about the risks that are involved in sex. And what I would say is that we need to come to a point of agreeing that sex needs to be taught. As much as maybe some people would see it in another angle, we need sex being taught from home. The importance of it when it's done at the right time, and also the negative things that will come around if sex is done at the wrong time. So those are the issues which I feel that sex education should be done in school, at home. And definitely also on the other hand, we have a society that has a lot of broken morals as of today. Even in our city here and many cities here, we have a lot of broken morals. People do not really honor even their bodies anymore. People do not. There's that area where God is not feared again. So whereby morals are broken, and maybe if we also need to turn our kids to the fear of God, whereby you're supposed to respect yourself, live a pure life, whereby you look at living a pure sexual life. Your mind is always pure, and then you're taught to focus on some goals in life. Many of the parents and many people really today, when they talk to children, they really talk about academics, and that's very common in our homes, where we are talking about you need to get an A, especially those kids we are talking about in school. All they have heard from the parents, you get an A, get this, but never the realities of life. When you walk along Kenyatta Avenue,
maybe let me just chime in a little bit. You really spoke at length and on maybe parenting and all that, yes. But when you talk about speaking about sex at home, it's really sensitive. It's even a very uncomfortable topic. So at what age are we supposed to maybe talk to our children from the home perspective about sex? And there's also the internet, so we not also it's really exposing them to also pornography and all that.
Yeah, definitely there's a lot of exposure whereby kids are really exposed to sex at a very early age. Even not even the internet, even the TV itself, even the soaps that we bring on board, whereby kids, the sex at the end of the day is shown as a very, very cool thing. So, and definitely culturally we are affected by our own cultures, by a tradition that sex is like a taboo thing to talk with your children. But then we have to come to this understanding that if you don't tell them, they'll be told. Someone somewhere, the phone will tell them, the TV will tell them, or the friend will tell them. So the age of talking about sex with children is from another age. As much as they start to discover themselves, that's when the parent, maybe the parent may not be able to do that, but the parent also can get, the way, if my kid gets sick, I don't treat them. I take them to hospital because I'm not qualified as a teacher, as a doctor. So in the same angle, as a parent, if I'm afraid to tell my kid about sexual things, definitely because of my culture and maybe of some respect that we have put there, depending on who we are as a family, then you can take the kid to somebody who can do that. You may have an aunt, you may have a friend, but kids need to be told about sex from a very, very early age.
We do have a problem really as a country that we are not speaking about sex when we should be speaking about it. So from a solution point of view, what is the way forward? How are we going to ensure that the future generations are well equipped? Because, when somebody falls pregnant while in school, they've already, in a sense, lost on some opportunities that may come their way in the near future.
From my point of view, what I would say, like a solution definitely would be, let us bring back our values. What we value as people, what will really work for us is that people need to be pure in this life. You need to bring that kind of education to children at home and in school to respect their bodies. These guys, this area of not really honoring yourself, whereby you expose your body to everyone who comes around. We need to bring that, but that one has to be connected to a belief, whereby people seem to have that kind of fear of God, that I really honor my body, that my body belongs to my wife, my body belongs to my husband, even in the future. And definitely we need to get, the teachers need to talk about it, the pastors need to talk about it, the parents need to everybody should really come to that angle of teaching of the when sex should be done, in terms of when your body belongs to your wife or to your husband. Sex was not for girls and for boys, it was for husbands and for wives. So we need to bring that teaching from the family to the church to the society. Even the political leaders, they need to, when they get platform, they need to tell the children the truth, that this thing is wrong. Actually, we could not have this conversation if it's not a kind of a disaster now. We have these kids who are not doing the exam now, kids who have a lot of challenges, kids who are lazing other kids, just because maybe it was not really hit as a sensitive area and as an area of urgency. This is urgent, so let us go on, let every parent who is listening to us talk to the child. If you can't, get your aunt, get somebody who you trust, talk to the child. The pastors bring up a topic on sex, the dangers of sex and the benefits of sex. If that would be done, I think that can be part of the solution.
And maybe what happens to the perpetrators, because we're talking about the victims, we're not talking about the perpetrators.
The perpetrators of sex, those, like if you, like there's I saw one of the bishops say that if a parent does not report when their daughter get pregnant, they need to be arrested. I think the perpetrators of sex, in terms of those guys who really impregnate girls, they need to be arrested, and the government needs to be serious on that. That anybody who is doing any sexual activity, not necessarily making them pregnant, anybody who gets very close to a girl or to a boy, into a sense that they want something sexual, for any sexual fulfillment, they need to be arrested, and the government needs to have very tough measures on that. These guys need to be in prison. This is wrong. Our children need to have a very good life without any abuse in their lives from any person whatsoever, whether it's a parent or an uncle or a friend, whoever it may be. We need to get them, and we need to take them to where they belong.